That's right. We're back. It's Jessica Koch, and this is Profound Professionals. It's the interview series that has been bringing you amazing experts from all over the globe for 8 years now. These are industry experts that help improve your personal life and help you grow your business. So you're going to want to stay tuned. You're going to want to play with us because, hey, we might also be promoting you out there. Today, we have a brilliant and beautiful guest, Elinor. She is an expert in inspiring others through purpose, passion, and perseverance. Consistency, perseverance. People, this is a big one. This is the big kahuna. And she helps you use those skills to achieve absolute success. The success of your heart, the success of your desires and dream. Success looks so different for everyone, but you just might need to meet Elinor so she can help you on your journey to find yours. Welcome today, Elinor.
Thank you. It's an honor to be with you, Jessica. What an introduction.
Well, we gotta have a little fun always. We always have to have a little fun here. So tell us, how did you become an expert in driving others to really help them have that stick-to-ity that's needed for success, that perseverance? When, one of the things I learned way back in the day in my sales career was that really successful people do it even when they don't feel like doing it. So, sometimes you have to, that's that perseverance piece. And, truly, I love marketing and sales. All of the new and latest and greatest and the tried and true and traditional old school stuff, it's like candy to me. I can pick up a book that's brand new or written, I don't know how long ago was Napoleon Hill written, like, eons ago, and still find a nugget of amazing amazingness. So what drove you to this? Give us your story.
Yes. Well, originally, my generation, we were only allowed to be secretaries or school teachers after graduating college, no less. And I said, no, I want to be in business. You can't do that. Oh, yeah, just watch me. I asked a friend and she said, yeah, let's do a party giving business. So we created one, and lo and behold, it was for the top rock and roll station in Los Angeles, and we held a huge party at Universal Studios. We were in seventh heaven. It was a huge success. The publicity was second to none. And then guess what happened? The market tanked, and that was the end of KFWB, the rock and roll station. It became a news station, and it was the end of our business. But we have fond memories. So fast forward, I had to deal with all the stuff of getting a job. And finally, after getting married and having children, I became an entrepreneur because I just wasn't going to be a secretary. And I had fun doing that again. But then we needed to raise money for college funds, start ahead of time. So my husband said, I know what you should do. You have the personality of a salesperson. My back was to him. I got up, looked him in the eye, and quietly asked, is that a compliment or an insult? But it proved to be true. The next step was to corner the director into hiring me. And one of the sales techniques is to repeat back words, even if they deny them, because they can't deny their own vocabulary. So he had to hire me. The next thing was that he didn't think I was smart enough to succeed. So there was no sense wasting money on me to train me. My thinking, I told you I'm creative, it was a green light to do things my way. But then I also took a public speaking class because I was scared to death. And I took a Dale Carnegie public speaking class. I could barely announce my name the first night. By the end, I was the grand prize winner. And how to win friends and influence people was the start of my sales career that became very successful. And I embarrassed the men fully by always being the top producer. And then the games got really ugly. So I'll stop there. That's how I got started.
Well, now at this point, as you had this life lifelong mastery and education with what I say is I wore the soles off the bottom of my feet to learn my craft, and off the bottom of my shoes, right? To get out there, beat the streets, and learn it. And it sounds like you had a lot of real life lessons also to elevate you to the status of expert. So once you've established that, now what is the resources and process that you're providing your ideal customer? So someone comes to you, is it because they're stuck in sales and they need coaching, or what is it that you're supporting at this point in your journey with your business?
Okay, my life completely changed. I was a top producer for 11 years, and each year my hard-earned accounts were given to the men, and my quota tripled, which I had no way on earth making. After 11 years of that, I took one day off for myself. I was at a red light, and someone behind me wasn't paying attention, turned around talking to her kids in the back seat, and slammed full force into the back of my car. I could feel my brain swaying around in my head. Of course, no one believed me, and I was in terrible pain for 10 years. And I say, thankfully, I was a passenger one night on a rainy night, and the car slid into a lamppost. And I timidly said, you better call an ambulance. And here's an important part for anybody starting out on their journey. Negativity never works. You have to have a positive mindset no matter what. My last ride in the ambulance was with my mother. And I thought to myself, oh my God, is this my last ride too? And then I said, no, Elinor, this is your opportunity to finally get out of that pain and get healed. So I was at the hospital on a stretcher, had a near-death experience. It's a very long story, but a gold light encased my entire body, and two visions came to me. The first showed I was to be a speaker, and I said in my mind, yes, that's what I always wanted to be. That faded, and a second appeared, and it changed my life forever. I had highlight marks on the left-hand column, but the right-hand column was completely blank, entitled Community Service. In the moment, I promised I would begin giving back to communities any way I could. I saw a blink of a gold light, which told me I'd be okay, and then that faded. And then I was put in ICU, and I mentally started planning out my next entrepreneurship, smooth sail. And then someone out of the blue came to me and asked if he could do an experiment on me. He was a doctor nobody knew of. I didn't know that at the time. And the experiment he did was they seriously hammer 2 screws into your head on metal halo, attach a 5-pound weight to your back. I was heavily medicated. But that didn't work. So he attached 60 pounds of weight. And in the moment, I could feel my spine straightening, another signal I'd be well. He told the students what he had done. Their eyes almost popped out of their head, like yours almost did. And the next morning, I was heavily medicated and told I would have 2 minutes to meet the doctor. I was expecting words of encouragement. Instead, being a salesperson, I almost panicked. I heard him say, Mrs. Stutz, when you wake up, most likely you will be paralyzed. Given what happened the night before, I shot back using his words, doctor, when I wake up, I fully expect to be well. He jumped backwards before cutting me open. And 4 hours later, as I awakened, he said, Mrs. Stutz, there's no rhyme or reason for what happened, but in 4 days, you will walk out of this hospital on your own. And then the entire staff on duty came to visit me while I was in the hospital. So that near-death experience changed my whole mode of operation. I used to be highly competitive, and a marketing person who was about to teach me what social media was all about when it was first introduced said, Elinor, you have to change one habit. What's that? You've got to start being collaborative and stop being so darn competitive. And it was the scariest thing I ever heard, but I said, okay, I'll listen to you. And it changed my life forever. So my motto became believe, become empowered. Believe you can, become that person, empower others to do similar. And so that's how the Smooth Sale blog came about, because nobody thought an older woman knew anything about sales. So I began hiding behind my writing, and lo and behold, people started contributing content, and it's my community service project to help younger people advance their endeavors. And it's been a wonderful process.
So do you have clients now that come to you for one-on-one coaching, or do you do webinars, or group coaching, or online courses? How are you providing support to your clients at this point that come to you with the desire to enhance their skills in sales using collaboration?
It's all free. It's the community service. I get people from varying industries to contribute, as I mentioned. And I add sales tips at the end of each one, or put some sales philosophy in the middle of each posting. And then I have a sponsor in the background.
So private. Simply through blogs. Okay, yeah, so you are reaching
via the Smooth Sale blog, and it's smoothsale.net.
Smoothsale.net. I love it. And it's sale like SALE.
Right. And may I tell you what it stands for? My daughter named my company. I'm very proud of this. She said, Mom, every sale you set your mind to, you got. That's not 100% true, but maybe 95% true. She said, there's no doubt it's a smooth sale for you. And then I realized I'm the one who earned a returning and referring clientele most of the time. And that's what it symbolizes. The smooth sale is the returning and referring clientele. They become your sales force in disguise.
And that's the first thing when we were getting ready behind the scenes for this live, everyone, that I said to Elinor was, hey, I would love it if you introduced me to someone so that I could offer our podcast to her community. So collaboration and referral from the beginning of our relationship, without intuitively, I think, as we both transition, because I was much like you in my early days. I did radio advertising sales. I was in very cutthroat, competitive sales and marketing with the Fortune 100 and government sales and those larger contracts. And it was much a men's world. And it was much, you don't share your information, your tips, your tricks. You didn't collaborate. And I have, over the course of the years, transition to full collaboration and full referral and partnership and supporting, whether there's something in it for me or not, especially as I transition out of being in the corporate space into my own sales and marketing firm. So I totally appreciate the message that you're sharing with that. So now give us a tip, something someone out there today can do. I've got a tip for y'all. Go and check out her blog. That's a great tip. But other than that, Elinor, what's a tip that you could give everyone watching that will help them reach their goals? I can't wait to get my hands on. I heard about this goal setting thing that you have. I want to get my hands on a copy of that for myself. But tell us about that and tell us another tip.
Okay, well, the tip first is I met nothing but negativity my entire life, from growing up, through being employed, through entrepreneurship, and then becoming an author. You can't do that. That's stupid. Well, my motto is use that negativity as your motivator to continue forward. Put on your Superwoman cape or Superman cape. Oil it well so when those daggers fly at your back, they drop down to the ground and you fly off into the air and way beyond those negative persons, so you can achieve your goals. We only have one life to live, and it's our duty to live it our way. That's my philosophy. And as far as the laser goal setting, I went to a conference, and they, for the first time, they laughed me off the stage. And so somebody took me aside and said, to establish credibility, you have to write a book. I'm sorry, this was at a new city. And I was just introducing myself, and nobody believed that I accomplished everything that I said I did. So my phone wasn't ringing, and I wrote the book in 3 months. It hit all kinds of records. It was picked up by the first publishing house and became an international bestseller almost instantly. And it was featured in Time magazine and other media. So I then, once the book was published, I then created an entire product line, and I went to revisit this group 3 months later. And everybody there, and I'm not joking, I'm not exaggerating, they each said, holy cow, how are you advancing your business at lightning speed? And that gave me the idea to create that laser goal setting system that I always use. And I've used it in training classes for entrepreneurs and salespeople too.
And that's a free gift that they can receive. Where do they go to find it?
Um, they go to you, I'll send it to you.
We'll make sure that we put it in the custom article about Elinor. So if you'd like this amazing, amazing resource, then you need to make sure you scan through and read her article that will be accompanying the social media. All the different places we'll be posting this. And you can definitely find it on our website. So jessicalkoch.com. So you'll be able to find it there, her article for sure. Okay. So now that we have had your tip, one of my favorite things is, and all of you guys are itching with your fingers right now, start dropping in the comments your favorite causes. So we love to take time to use our energy and our influence to share some awareness about causes that are greater than ourselves. Elinor was very focused in her near-death experience on supporting and loving on the community. And this is one way that we do that. We help get awareness out there about causes you love so that we could inspire someone out there. Wouldn't it be wonderful if someone decides to give time, treasure, or talent to the cause you suggest, to the one Elinor suggests, or we just remind them, oh yeah, I have a cause I love. Let me go see what I can do and what they need now, and how can I support them, and how can I spread the word for their next charity or fundraising event. So inspiration, we are here to spread awareness and inspire someone to just do something great today. You could be a hero if you hit the share button, and you could be part of that inspiration. So Elinor, could you share with us a cause that's close to your heart?
Yes, obviously giving to the needy, whether it's food, clothing, and we donate whatever we can. You can tell I'm an older person now. I have years of experience. And over time, you just don't need what you collected. And we donated to Goodwill. There was a big fundraiser for a hospital nearby, and we gave a lot of things there I believe are valuable. Hopefully other people did too.
Yeah.
And give any way you can. That's the type of causes that we give to.
It's a great reminder. Here we are ending the third quarter and entering the fourth here very soon. And, for me, with 7 children and 8 grandchildren, we accumulate lots of stuff. And so we always find it a great time to clean out the closets, clean out the toy boxes, clean out the clothes closets, clean out everything, the garage, and all those things. Fall is a great time for that. And call your local Purple Heart. Some of those will pick up. Call any kind of, a lot of donation trucks now will actually come and pick up. You don't even have to bring it, or find somewhere near you. I have a great place near us called Smile, and it's a thrift store people donate to and shop from, because just like you said, other people's treasures that they're no longer using become someone else's amazing find. And so that money then goes to build a food bank that they use the money from the sales of the thrift store to to stock the food, and then the local community gets fed. So whether I'm donating or shopping, I feel like I'm doing something great there. And that's a wonderful cause to bring to mind, and not everyone remembers. And so here's a good excuse to use some of your long weekend to clean out those closets and make a donation drop to somebody near you. So, something else that we love to talk about that I'm obsessed with, as you can see, all of my books. I am a book fanatic. I am reading and writing and listening to and absorbing books in all forms. And so I would love for you to share a book not written by you that inspired your personal life or helped you grow your business, Elinor. What do you got for us?
Okay, well, it's the one that I mentioned earlier, Dale Carnegie, How to Win
Mm,
Friends and Influence People.
yep, that's
That
a
changed my entire concept about how to approach people. Sales is not about selling nonstop talking. It's about
mhm,
building relationships to figure out if you can assist the person, the company,
mhm,
and make their lives better.
mhm.
And everybody referred to me as a breath of fresh air. It was unbelievable. So, and
Reciprocity
then
goes a long way.
I understood why, listening to the men back in the office. It was night
Yeah.
and day difference.
Hmm. I love that. That's a great one. It's also a foundation of my sales journey and story. Also, who doesn't love a good Dale Carnegie book? So fantastic reference. Now, share the books that you love in the comments, and if you've written a book, we want to hear about it. And guess what? If you're kind enough to hit the share button, and then you put in the comments the book you wrote, someone else might be kind enough to hit the share button, and then many, many more people will be seeing in the comments the books you've written. Now, we know Elinor is an author, but she's going to tell us about a few more of her books. So let's talk about a few more of the books you've written, Elinor.
Okay, I just wanted, may I hold them up?
Of course. Let's see them.
Okay, well, I just want to show this one. I started to say it broke many records. Nice girls do get the sale, relationship building that gets results. I refer to it as a corporate tell-all with names changed to protect the guilty. And it's
Mm-hmm.
every bad story that came to mind, how I handled it, so women will know how to speak up in the future. It's
Mm-hmm.
essential that we do to make things right when they're wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And it became, because I was ahead of my time, not only did it get all that media that I mentioned, it quickly became an international bestseller, translated into several languages, and during COVID became evergreen. It's among the classics. Dale Carnegie would be very proud of me.
Yes, he would. And you should be. You said it also showed up in the New York Times.
Yes. Yeah.
Wonderful.
And then this one is hired how to use sales techniques to sell yourself on interviews, because
Mm-hmm.
people were having a horrible time getting the job that they wanted. And I realized that all the sales techniques that I use just automatically, it's inherent in me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what sold the interviewing people to hire me. Do
Mm-hmm.
we have time for me to give you one funny example?
Of course.
Okay, so when I first met my husband, I was way into travel at age 16. And when I met him on a blind date, he said he worked for an airline. And I knew instantly that was it. That was the match. So in our early years, we went to Africa on a safari, photographer safari, Kenya, Tanzania, and it was exquisite. Fast forward many years later, I'm on an interview, and out of the blue, this person asked me, if you could be any animal, which one would it be? And I just lit up. I said, no doubt I would be a giraffe. When they run in the sun, their fur just shines beautifully. They're graceful, they run quickly. And the thing about salespeople, management always complains they go after the low-hanging fruit. But being a giraffe, I would have a very long neck and I could get the apples at the top of the tree. She almost fell off their chair, and then she said, "You're hired." So the name of the book is Hired: How to Use Sales Techniques to Sell Yourself on Interviews.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome. I know that we get the rhinoceros all the time, but a giraffe is such a prettier animal for us salespeople. I always used to say, if I have to be a rhinoceros, I'm going to be in high heels and a tutu also. So if you can imagine a rhinoceros wearing high heels and a cute, puffy pink tutu,
That's cute.
but I like the giraffe also. So and I think hippopotamuses are very powerful animals as well. And I think just we need, as salespeople, we need that resilience, we need that perseverance that you're talking about, and we also need confidence, right? We need that thick skin and the ability to handle. Hippopotamuses sometimes even look cute and wonderful, but you don't want to mess with them, and so we can be amazing and wonderful, but don't take advantage of us. And I think that was more true for us way back in the day than it is now, but there's still a long way to go. There is still not. And I was surprised to learn this. I watched on one of the streaming stations a documentary on the I Am Woman song with Helen Reddy. And it was very fascinating to learn. By the end of it, to me, I was completely dumbfounded to realize that still it is not an actual law that we women receive equal pay and equal treatment in the workplace. That
No.
that has not been corrected. And I was gobsmacked is like the only thing I can say is like, how is that even possible? How can that be? How is it that we just let that go as a group here? So I think it's something we need to continue to address so that our daughters and our granddaughters will say it was finally taken care of. I mean, because the people before us definitely fought hard, but we haven't won that fight yet, and that surprises me.
But I heard a story, so I'm going to share with you before and after. When I was doing so well in sales, I was advised to go on 100% commission. It was scary because I needed to earn the money for college for our children or help earn it. But I said okay because the offer was ridiculous. So lo and behold, I was the top producer again, and the manager had the nerve to tell me, "It's no fair, you're making more money than me." And I said, "Yeah, your offer was no fair either." So he went in his office and slammed the door shut. End of conversation. Years later, actually, it was yesterday, I was dumbfounded. Someone I know close to me, a female,
We won't mention names.
just got a job offer. I couldn't sleep last night thinking about it. I said, "Holy cow, that's something I dreamt about for the younger generation. That's remarkable." But here's a tip. It has to do with influencer marketing, and she let me know today that it's mostly women in that field, and that's why she was able to get the offer she did. So anyone with any creativity and marketing ability, think about influencer marketing and go in that industry. Yes, I'm still greatly disturbed about the disparity in salary, and
Yeah.
among other things today.
Yes, but we've definitely made some gains some places, and I think we definitely have further to go.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's just
race
like
is not one.
1% of the population. We need the other 99% to get there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this has just been so enjoyable. I've really loved having you on the show. I hope you've enjoyed sharing your story here with us.
It was a great experience, Jessica. I really enjoyed getting to know you a little bit.
Oh, thank you. And if you're watching out there, and we thank you that you are, traveled with us on this 8 year journey, and you know someone that's an industry expert, or maybe that's you, then reach out to us and our team. We would love to feature you. If you can help someone improve their personal life or grow their business, we would love to feature all the amazing things you're doing in the world and the community. And we love, love, love to have authors. So if you're an author out there, wow, you should totally be on our show. All right. Now, before we say goodbye and head out for the end of our show today, we are going to ask Elinor if she'd be kind enough to close us off with a final piece of information or inspiration as we say goodbye today.
Yes, one of my mottos is tomorrow is a blank canvas. Begin painting your future today. And you mentioned, Jessica, the 3 P's that I quote often: passion, purpose, and perseverance. Never give up. Keep going towards your dream. Baby steps today, bigger strides tomorrow, and eventually you hit your goal. And collaborate.
Yes, I love it. Yes, thank you so very much. And that's the show for us today, everybody. I am your host, Jessica Koch, and so humbly grateful to be so. And this is our show, Profound Professionals. And until next time we meet, be kind to yourself out there and be kind to each other. Bye, everybody.